It's President Hornswaggler himself, Giovanni. We're gonna show you how to beat him below 1000 CP. I should say like 1000 CP and below because the Scrafty, you'll see in a second. Yeah, Hornswaggler, I don't know, that was something they said like in the 1800s. It's still relevant, right? So Scrafty at 1000 CP again, this is 1000 and below that we're actually gonna beat Giovanni with the new Shadow Dialga legendary team right here. He's got Persian in that starting spot all the time. Anytime that we're covering Giovanni on this channel, I gotta make sure and mention that the Persian fight, it can go really differently based on whether Persian's fast attack is scratch or if it's feint attack. So right now we're going up against feint attack, and so one of the best things possible in any situation is to use fighting types, but the best to resist it is Scrafty right here. So Scrafty is actually fighting and dark. Each one of those things resists dark, which is feint attack. Feint attack's a dark type attack. So we already have a Giovanni video for the Shadow Dialga lineup going up against Scratch, so you can see that on this channel. There's also just like a video from a long time ago about like only the Persian, right? Like, so it's only just talking about Persian, so we can devote kind of like 3 to 5 minutes entirely on that. So you're always wanting to address the fight based on not only which Pokemon Giovanni's throwing at you, but also what moves do they have, right? So the Persian was a great example of that. Now Kangaskhan is coming in and it's got low kick. Usually the formula that you want is essentially resist the typing of the fast attack from Team Go Rocket, because most of the time any charge moves they throw at you, you'll be able to shield those. So again, it's really about that fast attack typing. But then, despite resisting, you also want to deal super effective damage if you can. And so in the case of Kangaskhan, that's going to be only fighting, right? Because it's a normal type Pokemon. That's its only weakness, is fighting. Now, if you can kind of add like a third thing that we can talk about besides resisting and super effective damage, is kind of having that spammy fast and charge move combo. So basically a fast move that generates a lot of energy per hit, and then a charge attack that doesn't really take a lot of energy to fire off and use. Team Go Rocket, their Pokemon will stand still after every single charge move. So you see that Kangaskhan right there, we just did a power-up punch and it's just standing there, not attacking us for very close to 3 seconds. When you do switch a Pokemon or one faints, so let's say we defeat Giovanni's Kangaskhan like we're about to do, you're gonna see that when Dialga comes into that spot, it's also gonna stand still from that. So that could be you manually switching as well. That's why we really try to take advantage of our switches and really how I'm timing out each one of these charge moves and when do we fire off, when do we not. It's all very deliberate in this video. Sometimes it can be a little bit looser for me, but when I'm nerfing myself down 1000 and below on the CP amounts of my Pokemon, you gotta be a lot more precise, I would say, going up against Giovanni. And so Dialga is here right now. It's actually using Metal Claw. The video that came prior to this one also had a Dialga with Metal Claw, so I'll make sure next time I upload a video, if these are sequentially in order, I should say, just be looking on this channel. We'll have Dragon Breath instead as the focus, because I know that that'll be kind of a different fight too with the Dialga here in the last spot. So we're really trying to right now get as many of those power-up punches as we can. Scrafty earlier, we kind of had to do some acid spray to Kangaskhan. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do acid spray here, so we are going to have to opt for a power-up punch. This is literally just to get in some damage, get that charge move then to stall. Once again, look, Dialga's gonna stand still, right? We just did our power-up punch. We don't have another one ready though, so that will of course mean that our Scrafty goes down, but the fainting is okay. It's like not great, right? We lost our Scrafty, who's amazing, but the fainting is okay because now look at how long Dialga is taking before it finally attacks. We did show off Galarian Stunfisk, so I actually made it a point not to show it again. That might have been the better option though, because you'd go Mudshot Earthquake. In this case right now though, I'm showing the regular Stunfisk, which does actually have some relevancy here, just because if it's using Metal Claw, the Dialga, then the electric part of this Stunfisk actually will resist that. Metal Claw is obviously steel, a steel type attack. Look at how far that took it down, man. If we could get another Mud Bomb, we would finish it right there, but no, we're gonna go ahead and have in our crazy Medicham, and this is gonna be nuts. We are gonna just by the skin of our teeth, that's the phrase, right? Always wondered about that one. We are gonna defeat it. But yeah, if you had Galarian Stunfisk, that would actually resist the dragon typing of Dragon Breath as well. So not only resisting the steel type of Metal Claw, but also Dragon Breath. So again, Galarian Stunfisk, usually the one you want to opt for, really, in like almost all Team Go Rocket fights. You can even use it against a Persian with Scratch. So literally, this is just to, let's say, make it even harder on myself, but also show new Pokemon off for you guys, and especially in this challenge. That was nuts. We'll play really fast here. here. Like, I'm gonna speed it up like crazy. I'm gonna show you how just a few CP points and like maybe doing things a little bit differently, specifically on the Stunfisk, you're gonna see just how much that actually influences the fight. It's crazy how if you just kind of do like one move a little bit differently at these levels. Now, if you were just gonna outmuscle Giovanni and use like your 3000 CPs, you know, all your legendaries and things, then you're gonna be a lot better off. It doesn't mean you're just like guaranteed to win in every case. Really, every battle and every scenario should be addressed specifically to what you're fighting, what Pokemon you have, what are your movesets, what are his. All those things come into play. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, when you're at these levels of just having 1000 CP and my account is level 41, this is how influential things can be, just being like slightly different or performing maybe with one mistake, one little tiny mistake. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your attention on this. Again, please use either the top pinned comment and or the end screen that's going to be coming up right here, and check out some other Giovanni videos. That way you'll be able to position yourself better regardless of what he throws at you. And thanks for viewing.